Hello, and welcome to Olam Cotton's video tutorial on tenders. OTM provides several ways for a carrier to receive a shipment tender. This can happen via email, the Service Provider Portal, or EDI. Olam is not currently using the EDI method. When a tender is offered, this requires a response from the carrier from within the Service Provider Portal itself. This response can only be accept or decline. The tender process is triggered when the Olam dispatcher performs the Secure Resources action within OTM. This, in turn, starts the waterfall method of tendering. The waterfall method offers loads to carriers in a fast, no-touch approach. At this point, OTM will automatically send a tender offer to a prioritized list of selected carriers, one at a time. Olam establishes its prioritization by a defined scoring methodology, which includes pricing, the matching of load characteristics, and past performance. When a carrier receives the tender, they have 8 business hours to respond. If there is no response within the designated time, the offer will expire, and a new offer will be sent in a cascading approach to the next carrier in priority sequence. This 8-hour response time assumes a 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. business day, Monday through Friday. So, for example, if the tender was offered at 9 a.m. on Monday, it would expire 8 hours later at 5 p.m. that same day. Or another example, if the tender was offered at 2 p.m. on Monday, it would expire at 12 noon the next day, Tuesday, which is 8 business hours later. Or even another example, if the tender was offered at 4 p.m. on Friday, it would expire after the weekend on Monday at 2 p.m. Now let's look at the tender email itself. Once the shipment is tendered, the carrier will receive one of the following types of emails. New, which means a response is needed. Revised, which means this is an update of a previously accepted tender. Cancel, which means the tender has been withdrawn. Or a pending tender response reminder, which is a friendly reminder sent out nightly if there are any open tenders waiting for a carrier's response. Here is an example of a new tender email: a revised tender, a canceled tender, and a pending tender response reminder. You will notice the tender will give you all the information that you need, including the shipment number. The shipment number will be used for all of your correspondence with Olam, so please make note of it. The mark number will be provided after the tender has been accepted, and as always, that can be used for correspondence as well. In addition to the shipment number, the email tender will show important information such as the Olam dispatcher contact information, the shipment summary and details, shipment notes, the contracted line haul rate, but not including the fuel surcharge since that is calculated at the time of pickup, and even a quick link that will bring you to the Service Provider Portal itself. Now let's take a look at the tender within the Service Provider Portal, where you'll be able to search for all your tenders: open, accepted, declined, or canceled. After navigating to the dashboard within your portal, you will see 3 icons dealing with tenders. The Tenders Open icon, which allows you to search for all the new tenders that still need the carrier's response. The Tenders Accepted icon, which allows you to search for all tenders that have been accepted. And the Tenders Declined or Canceled icon, which allows you to search for all tenders that have been rejected or withdrawn. So in order to accept or decline a tender, we must first search for it. To do so, we will click on the Tenders Open icon, which will bring up the online booking and tendering finder screen. This search screen allows you to query OTM using different filter criteria. There are many different fields that can be used for filtering, including the shipment ID, which can be found on the tender email, or maybe the book ID, the mark number, or by origin or destination. You can even leave all these fields blank and perform an open search, which will list all open tenders. Let's do an open search by simply clicking the search button at the bottom. This displays a few open tenders in the results list. You will notice that both have a tender offer status of outstanding. At this point, you select the appropriate tender by clicking its checkbox, then clicking the Actions button and choosing which response you would like. In this case, I'm going to select Accept Tender. A new Accept This Shipment window will pop up. Just simply click the Finish button at the bottom to complete the process. Nothing more needs to be done on this screen. The window shows that the tender record was successfully updated. You can now close the pop-up window. If we click the refresh button, this will rerun the open search query we originally performed. You will notice now there is only one remaining tender waiting for our response. That is because the first tender is no longer in outstanding status, but is now in accepted status. To find this tender again, we would need to click the home button and navigate to the dashboard. At this point, we could click on the tender's accepted icon to search for this specific tender now that it is in accepted status. And similarly, if we had declined this tender, we could click on the tender's declined or withdrawn icon to search for this specific tender if it was in rejected status. Please check out our other videos discussing the functionality within the dashboard.